I want to make a quick video here to kind of clear up something that I said in one of my other videos. It's a video about the shootings we've had lately and about no carry zones. A lot of people have been on me about saying, oh, well, you don't support private property rights because you say people who have businesses should allow people to carry and blah, blah, blah. And that is just false. I do support private property rights and I support business rights. I have been a small business owner. I have owned multiple small businesses. Our last one was a bar. And we happen to live in a state where concealed carry is allowed, and I allowed people to carry in our bar as long as it's concealed. I did not designate our bar a no carry zone, and I had to go to extra effort to find an insurance company that would cover me without putting up those signs. Insurance companies wanted me to put those signs up before they would cover me. So I am not against private individuals' rights to say no carry. If you want to say your home is a gun-free zone, by all means, and I'll respect your rights and I'll never come there. If you own property and you want to say your property is gun-free, I respect that too. My grandfather always had our land posted, and I have personally been there when he shot the tree next to someone in a deer stand and told him he could throw his rifle off the stand or he's going to blow his head off and bury the body. And the guy believed him and did what he said. So, you know, and it was his right to do so. It's his property. He didn't want people hunting on it. That's his choice. But when you open a business to the public, and I'm not talking if you own a little, you know, mom and pop store where you do like an internet business or something like that, where people don't have free access to your location, that's one thing for your employees. But if you have a business where you allow people to walk in and out off the street, I think you have an obligation to your employees for their safety and to your clients for their safety. And also, I think it gets into this area when you open your doors to the public, when you allow citizens to freely enter and exit your building, freely enter and exit your business, then you should be bound by law to abide by the rights those people would have on the outside of your door, on the inside of your door, because it's no longer just private property. This is something that you are profiting from opening to the public. So I personally believe you should have to allow people to have the same rights inside that they have outside. So if you live in a state where people have the right to carry, I don't think you should be able to deny that. If you do deny that and you live in a state where you can, and since you can, I think you have an obligation to provide for the safety of those people that are in your business. Now, like with my bar, I was usually there and I was armed, so I was in a way providing for the safety of my patrons. If it's a business you're not there, like if it's a conglomerate or, you know, a bigger company where the management is never there, any person who's legally licensed to conceal carry, as long as they aren't seen and noticed and conspicuous about it, should be allowed to conceal carry, because you're allowing people to walk in and out all day. So you are not providing for the safety of these people. Putting an unarmed security guard on a front door is not really providing security as far as I'm concerned. Unless you have some means of locking down the building at a second's notice and where they cannot get to people, then you aren't abiding. So that's just where and it's kind of, you know, I go back and forth on private rights versus public rights. So it's not something I'm dead set on, but it is something I actually believe. And when people but one thing I do have to say seriously that I want people to understand is you can't always blame the business owner. Because like I said, I had to struggle to find an insurance company that would insure me without putting those no carry signs up. So people always want to whine about the liberals or the left doing certain things when it's not. It's not liberals making you put those signs up, it's big business. It's insurance companies making you put those signs up. It's the same thing when people say, oh, liberals are making it a nanny state because they make you wear seatbelts and helmets. No. The right-wing insurance lobby makes you have to wear helmets and wear seatbelts because they don't want to pay for your injuries if you're in an accident and get hurt. That's who pays for that. That's who created that. That money didn't come from tree huggers. Tree huggers ain't got any money. That money came from, like I say, the conservative corporate interests of insurance companies and things like that. Insurance companies create nanny states, not leftists. Unfortunately, they find some lefties that are stupid enough to go along with them and be their mouthpieces, but they're not the money behind it and they're not the power behind it. Just like when a lot of times when you see there's no carry signs, it's not the business owner's choice to do that. It is something they are told they have to do if they want to be insured and they want to be able to run their business. So like I say, I am not for no carry zones. I think no carry zones should be illegal on any private property that is public or semi-public. Private property is a different thing. That's my own personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it because I can see both sides of it. But one thing you do need to remember sometimes, it is not the business owner's fault.